Hey everybody, it's Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and today I am going to be reviewing The Boogeyman from the mind of Stephen King. Now, this isn't your normal Stephen King movie. I think when we think of Stephen King movies, it's like a full-length book, but it's not. This is a short story that he wrote in a magazine. The synopsis is as follows. Still reeling from the tragic death of their mother, a teenage girl and her younger sister find themselves plagued by a sadistic presence in their house and struggle to get their grieving father to pay attention before it is too late. Now, this movie is starring Sophie Thatcher, Chris Messina as the father, and Vivian Lyra Blair. Or Lyra. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it. You may know the little girl, Vivian Lyra Blair, from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. She plays young Leia. So, yeah. Sophie Thatcher, you know her from Yellow Jackets. If you haven't seen Yellow Jackets, watch it. Season 2 just finished. It was pretty good. I liked it. It's really hard to live up to that first season's craziness, so that's where it's tough, but really good. Sophomore season, liked it, can't wait for season 3. But yes, let's get on with the review. And lastly we have Chris Messina playing the father. Now, the short story, it's similar. It's not anywhere near as detailed as what we see in the movie, but the father is there. He is a psychiatrist, but there's no mention of the daughters or anything like that. It's just the father and then the person that comes to see him. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. If I had to say, I enjoyed this movie. It was a good horror movie. In my opinion, it was a good horror movie. I did like it. I did enjoy watching it. It did give you that eerie feeling. It is interesting to learn after the fact that this movie was originally supposed to come out on streaming, but apparently test audiences really liked this movie, so they decided to release it in theaters. I really hope it doesn't bite them in the ass and they do make good money off of it, because I think it would be a shame if this movie doesn't get the following it deserves. But yeah, while I was watching the movie, I enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot of people in my theater when I went to go watch it. Maybe 15 people at most, which kind of sucks. But I mean, right now everyone's kind of watching Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which, shout out to my local AMC theater, they gave me a free poster, because apparently when the movie had released, they ran out of posters, and it's all in Dolby Digital, so I felt like I deserved a poster, but I got one, so all is well. Overall, this movie, it has a lot more to what the trailer shows. The trailer does show a bit, and looking back, I'm just kind of like, man, I really wish they would scale back on what they show in trailers, because I just feel like it takes all the fun out of the movie experience. Now, did they show too much? Some people might say yes. I think they were touching that line of showing a little too much. Does the trailer give away the entire movie? Not really. If I had to equate this movie to something, I would probably say Babadook. It kind of gives off that Babadook feeling. Babadook was a well done movie. I liked it. It deals with emotional trauma in a horror format, and a lot of this is emotional trauma in a horror format. Like in the synopsis says, these two girls are trying to get their father to pay attention before it's too late. So yeah, you can pretty much get a kind of a glimpse of what the movie is about. You know, I'm trying to think of like how the monster looked, and I gotta say I didn't really get that great of a look. I don't know if it's because of the theater, if it was too well lit, but I mean, I got glimpses, but you don't really see the monster all that clearly. Is this movie like a jump scare fest? Not really. It does have like it. I mean, obviously every scary movie has jump scares, but it's also like an eerie feeling when you're watching it, and you're kind of just like, it's like if you're walking through a haunted house and you just get that real gut wrenching feeling, and you're just like, there has to be something on the other side of this wall, and that's pretty much the feeling you get throughout this movie. But overall, I thought the cast was fine. Sophie Thatcher, again, loved her in Yellow Jackets. She's definitely one of my favorite characters in Yellow Jackets. Vivian Lyra Blair rocks this movie. She's very good. I mean, it's crazy on how well like these kid actors do. But yeah, she does really well. Chris Messina as the dad is good. He plays the dad. It's really hard to mess that one up, but I think he did well. I'm kind of curious on how this movie's gonna do in the long run. I know it's kind of teetering on a 7 out of 10, so like a C, like a good movie, like average. It's not your next horror movie that you're like, oh my god, it's amazing, like Scream 6 is really well done, or Halloween 2018, that one was really well done. This one is not on that level. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just try not to go in there with these high expectations. But overall, I would say this movie is a really fun watch. I would recommend watching with friends. But yeah, really fun watch. Would I see this movie again? Maybe. Maybe at home. Maybe I would buy it to add it to the collection. But yeah, I would say this movie is a solid 3 out of 5, 70. Really good. A really good movie, but just, your run-of-the-mill scary movie. But if you're a horror fan, I feel like you will enjoy it. You'll enjoy the company if you take your friends with you, or if you take like your younger siblings or nephews, nieces, children that you're trying to get them into a horror movie. I think they'll enjoy it as well. But yeah, that is my review, spoiler-free review of 2023's The Boogeyman. But yeah, check us out wherever you get your podcast needs. Google, Apple, Spotify, anywhere. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, and check out our Facebook page, our Instagram, and our TikTok. Eddie runs all of those. I have some say in the Facebook one, but for the most part, Eddie's the one that runs them. So if you have anything to go about and yell at, you can find him. But yeah, that is it, everybody. This is Fernando from The Rollback, ending your spoiler-free review of The Boogeyman. Let's cut it.